Hello my dear class 9 students, hope you all are well. Today we will discuss about the chapter 9, that is weathering. So what will we learn in this chapter? We will discuss about what is weathering, what are the different types of weathering like the physical weathering, chemical weathering and the biological weathering we will discuss about. With that we will also learn what are the different types of weathering that takes place in the different climatic regions all over the world. With that, the significance of weathering we will also cover. I am Ishita Raj and I will going to teach you about this chapter. Okay students, let's start this chapter and we will cover this in this part, the part 1 that will cover the first part like the physical weathering, and in the part 2 we will cover the remaining portion. Okay students, let's start this chapter. Now we are going to discuss about the weathering. The fracturing, disintegration and decomposition of rocks in situ is called weathering. What does in situ means? What does it mean? In situ? It is the in place. What is mean? In place. That means where they are, where they are. In situ means in place or where they are. So the fracturing, disintegration and decomposition of rocks in situ is called weathering. Weathering are just done by some weathering agent like temperature or rainfall, some natural agents. So these are the agents of some weather, temperature, rainfall or precipitation or ice formation. These kind of actions are there. It is a static process. What does static means? Static means also in place. So they are not dynamic. The two processes are static and one is dynamic. Static means not movable, not mobile, and the dynamic means which is mobile or which is movable. Suppose you have some land phone and you have a mobile phone. Okay. So the land phone you can say it is a static, but a mobile or the cell phone you can say it is a dynamic. So weathering is just formed and the rocks are just fragmented and they just stayed there where they are previously originated. So this is a static process. This is not movable. Some factors of weathering are climate, mineral composition, vegetation, structure of the rock and various kinds of human activities. Weathering causes the modification of some major landforms. Now we have to discuss about different types of weathering. How many types of weathering are there? There are mainly 3 types of weathering: mechanical weathering, chemical weathering and last one is biological weathering. In mechanical weathering, there are only disintegration, no decomposition is there. So what does disintegration, decomposition means? Because in the previous slide if you go through, you have already read about these two terms, disintegration and decomposition. What does they mean? We will discuss it later. In mechanical weathering, disintegration is there but no decomposition. But in chemical weathering, both of these two are occurred. We will discuss it. At first, we have to discuss about mechanical weathering and some types. So, disintegration that produces smaller angular fragments of the same rocks such as scree or talus. They are known as scree or talus. No change in chemical composition. So, where there are no change in chemical composition, only a large piece of rocks were there and they just gets fragmented or just broken into some small pieces. This is called as the disintegration. What does integration means? Integration means adding. If you add something, then it is called as the integration, and when you just breaks it and it just gets broken into some small pieces, then it is called as the disintegration, the just opposite of the integration. Okay, so there is no chemical compositional change, like where the minerals that was previously was the same is the in the next which are formed, because if you have some large piece they are just broken, not changes in their chemical composition. Okay, if this is a block, after some days they are just broken into this kind of feature, small pieces. So no chemical compositional change is there. For example, granite disintegrates into smaller fragments, but rock type is still the granite. The first type of mechanical weathering is the block disintegration. They are mainly formed in the desert region where the temperature is very high at the daytime, like 40 to 50 degrees of very high temperature is there. So intense solar heating causes rocks to expand. When there is some heat, the rocks are gets expands. So what does it mean? They are just get some expands in them, but at the night time in desert region the temperature falls, so rocks cool and get contrast, like what they are just contrast, or they are just some contraction is there. This kind of alternate expansion and contraction produce stress along the joints. Some joints we can find there in the picture. You have some look. This kind of rocks, the alternate heating and cooling create some joints or cracks, and these kinds of joints are then widened. After so many days they are just widened and deepened, means they are just deepened and cut into the pieces, finally breaks down the rocks as a block. This is why this kind of name, they are just disintegrated as a block, so they named as block disintegration. This kind of weathering are mainly found in homogeneous rocks, means the rocks which have the same kind of properties, okay, or same mineral. They are just composed of the one kind of minerals. Like in granite you have that kind of feature which are homogeneous. Next we have the exfoliation, very important type. They are also found in homogeneous rock in desert region. So the outer portion of the rocks are just expand and contracts more than the inner portion. In the picture you have some looks. The outer portion are just exposed to the, they are as bare as the bare surface and they are exposed, so the heating and cooling are just going on and more in the outer portion, but the internal part are just not get exposed. That is why after so many days of heating and cooling, alternate heating and cooling, the outer layer are just gets out, and it is just occurred in the desert region and formed as a rounded shape weathering called as exfoliation. This is also called as round weathering or the spheroidal weathering. Next we have the frost weathering. The last one of the mechanical weathering, we have the frost weathering. In this picture you can have some look. They are mainly formed in the very cool region where the temperature is very low. So when water within the cracks freezes to ice, its volume expands as much as 9 to 10%. You have to know the properties of water. Any kinds of thing, like except water, they are just gets transformed into solid forms and they are just contract. But in the case of water, it is totally opposite of that. When it is in liquid form, the volume is much more than the volume in the solid form. So the water adjusts, gets into the cracks and they expands as much as 9 to 10%. This expansion creates a powerful force called frost action or freeze-thaw action, which can exceed the tensional strength of the rocks. Tensional strength means the rocks up to what extent it can be expand. If there is much more pressure, then it cannot bear. That is why it will ultimately breaks into pieces. Okay, so the finally continuation of alternate freezing and thawing will cause some joints or cracks and pores. After certain time they will enlarge and ultimately they will shatter. What does it mean? They will just breaks. So these kind of angular fragments are there and this action is called as the freeze thaw action. Freezing means what the freezer actually does. The freezing means the water just gets solidified or it just is formed to ice. So this is the freezing, and when it just gets into liquid form or gets into the water form, then this is the thawing. So this is the freezing and thawing action, and in the daytime they are just thawing and night time they are just freezing. So this kind of alternate freezing and thawing action causes to shattering or the freeze thaw action. There are some frost, they are also called as frost shattering. In the daytime there are some water in the cracks. The temperature is very low, as much as 5 degrees Celsius, and the night time when the water gets solidified or just formed into ice, they create some pressure. Okay, the cracks are just enlarged. These are ice. So you already have know ice takes up about 9 to 10% of more volume than the water. So they just create some pressure in the adjacent rock's wall. When they expand, some joints and cracks are formed. Finally they are enlarged and shatter. Nighttime temperature is very low, like less than 0 degree. Weathering is formed. In this way, the increase in volume of ice causes the rocks to cracks and shatter, like they are just falls away. In this way, the frost weathering or the freezing and thawing actions are just done. So we have covered these three types of mechanical weathering. Okay, thank you students, and in the second part we will cover the remaining portion.